Hi guys, this is Lada from astrolada.com and I'm here with your October 2017 videos. But this October I'm going to focus on one exceptional astrological event. This is Jupiter changing signs, moving from Libra into Scorpio. And these videos are not going to be just for October. You can watch them all up till November 2018 because all this time for around 12 months, Jupiter will be in a new sign. So this video will be your guiding light for the next 12 months. So come back to them. And this is tremendous event, one of the most important astrological events this year, and like every year when Jupiter transit signs. And because it shifts your luck, it shifts your opportunities totally. And now the water and earth signs will be kind of manifesting more powerfully. Jupiter is moving into Scorpio, where it's going to be very strong. Till now, the last 1 year, Jupiter was in Libra. It's not as strong in Libra because it's a sign where Jupiter does not do so well in. And not only that, but in the last 1 year, Jupiter was making a lot of challenging aspects to Uranus, to Pluto. So it's even if it manifested, and it does manifest because Jupiter is the bringer of opportunities. If it manifested, it was with more challenges, with more surprises, with more effort, so to speak. But this year, Jupiter being in Scorpio, where it's very strong, it's in a sign that it loves to be in. It's very strong in Scorpio because Mars, that rules Scorpio, is a friend of Jupiter. And not only that, but it's really helped the whole 2018 by positive aspects only. Saturn is in a good relationship to Jupiter. Saturn will be in Capricorn. If you want to figure out, basically, to know the astrology, Saturn in Capricorn as well, but also Pluto and Neptune will be in good aspects to Jupiter, so it has no challenging aspects. So it's gonna give abundance and bounty in a positive, easy way. So we're gonna go through all the 12 signs. And by the way, join me on the 21st of October, me and a group of amazing astrologers, at least 5 or 6. We're gonna be doing a astrology marathon live. If you can't be present live, it's gonna be Saturday, but if you can't make it, you can watch it after that as a recording. We're gonna do the most important astrological events from 2018 to 2021, like Saturn conjunct Pluto, Saturn in Capricorn, Jupiter in Scorpio, the eclipses, Venus retrograde in Scorpio, Mars retrograde in Aquarius and Capricorn, all the big events. It's an astrological bonanza, astrological marathon. I'm super excited. We're going to have a peek into the next 3 years ahead. And by the way, this Jupiter in Scorpio now, so all those videos, it's general. You know, we're going to go through each sign, but it is general. And if you want more specifically to know about Jupiter, how it's going to impact you, like a professional astrologer outlook from your ascendant, from the specific house cast, join me on the 30th of September live, or watch after that the recording of Jupiter in Scorpio webinar. And I'll show you how to exactly predict what opportunities will be coming in your horoscope according to the degrees in your horoscope, according to the planets. And Jupiter will be affecting other signs, not only Scorpio, but 2 other signs will manifest powerfully in the coming 1 year because of the playing together with Saturn. So join me to find out more in-depth information. Scorpio, I guess you've been the ones expecting this video the most because Jupiter is moving into your sign. But let me just break it down a little bit for you. Scorpio, this is for anyone who has their ascendant, sun, or moon in Scorpio. This will be your year. This will be your year of new, big transformational beginnings in your life because Jupiter transits your sign once every 12 years. And of course, the sign of your sun, moon, you know, it might happen 3 times over those 12 years, but each time there'll be a new initiation into some kind of a new small life circle into your life connected to that planet, which impacts you for the next 12 years. And I always advise you, check the ascendant sign. If it happens to be in Scorpio, for example, this video is for you. Why the ascendant sign? Because it's the physical bodies, the physical manifestations that happen no matter what. They're the ones that are karmically kind of fated for you. We don't have much free will over them. They're set in stone. Then the sun sign, which we put so much focus on in Western society, is the sun rules our free will, our creative genius, and what we manifest through our own efforts and through. So it's kind of, it's a sign that looking at your horoscope through the sun sign shows things that you have to be more you have to personally participate and put your willpower into it to manifest them, and they, focus your attention and creative energy into that, and you can manifest that. So it's more free will, personal involvement. While the moon sign is things that you create and manifest in your life materially because of strong emotional identification with those things. Say something that you're very afraid of, you can manifest. Something that you really want and feel strongly about, you can manifest. So I would advise you to check the three of them, and if any of them falls in Scorpio, and especially the ascendant is always so important. This year is so pivotal for you, any of those three, because Jupiter is entering into a sign, and that will only repeat in 12 years from now, because Jupiter moves in 12-year cycles and starting a new beginning. And there will be life transformational, because Jupiter will expand the qualities of Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about big transformations, 180 degrees, deaths, rebirths, births of a new life, marriages, divorces, all those big crisis events. And the crisis, I mean even the positive things like the coming of a child, or meeting of a life partner, because the body reacts to for example, the passing and the birth of someone with the same intensity, because it's a big change that's happening. Or the losing our partner or meeting a new partner is the same areas that get triggered emotionally, psychologically, of a big transformation and change. So Scorpio rules those big reversals in life that happen, those big positive or negative ones that felt like a huge change, and Jupiter going into your sign will expand this likelihood of big transformations in life, because wherever Jupiter goes, it makes it bigger. And life transforming, so first of all, you can transform your personality in a powerful way. So by November 2018, you won't recognize who you are. You become almost like a different person. You can transform your appearance, especially if it's your ascendant there, because it's the physical appearance in a big way. You can appearance overall, you can transform in a positive, in a powerful, big way. If it's your sun, your career, for example, if it's your sun in Scorpio, you might start a new set of goals and life inspirational ambitions, which is what the sun rules, and that change forever. For example, when Jupiter transited my sun's sign, I started my website, astrolab.com, and I didn't calculate it even though it's just happened to be that year. So a new career or new life direction, if it's your sun that Jupiter is transiting in Scorpio, new big transformational beginnings in your ego or through important male figures in your life, the sun rules that. Or if it's your moon in Scorpio, it will be big transformational new beginnings emotionally for you. You can be totally healed and changed as a person emotionally. There might be healing and removal of emotional pain, because Scorpio is about removal of pain. Scorpio is actually the sign that creates trauma and stores trauma, because Scorpio is a fixed water sign. Water rules feelings. And say someone hurt you or something, and because Scorpio is fixed, you fix those hurt feelings in your body. You keep them as trauma, as pain, as suffering, as physical elements in some way. But Jupiter enters into Scorpio and thaws those icebergs of the fixed water. Jupiter heals. It has very healing influence, and it triggers the higher vibration of Scorpio, which is the lowest, like locking of that suffering, the causing of this trauma. And the higher vibration of Scorpio is the healing, the total therapeutical transformation. And if it's your moon in Scorpio, there will be a huge healing of your feelings. That has happened. And a new beginning, almost like you feel like you're a new you that brings new opportunities to you, because you released past piled up pain. But that's also counts for the ascendant, for the sun. The moon most important because it's feeling, but the ascendant and the sun as well, there will be healing, huge healing wave of transformations and opportunities. And Jupiter, first of all, psychologically, gradually over the next 1 year will make you more optimistic, will make you more forgiving. Something that Scorpio probably needs, because they have this memory to remember, because that's their nature, to remember hurts and pains for a long time. Because that's what Scorpio needs to keep. But Jupiter helps you. Jupiter is a planet of release. So it helps you heal and release such pains. Jupiter will make you more forgiving, more compassionate. Jupiter brings that energy. Will make you more easygoing, more embracing. Jupiter is a planet that embraces everyone and everything and forgives more easily. And don't we need? Scorpio is one of the signs that needs forgiveness the most to release that pent up, powerful emotions that it has. And once they're released, they become healing emotions. And by the way, many Scorpios might experience some deep awakening spiritually, because Jupiter is the planet that brings light and expands whatever is transiting, and Scorpio rules the chakra system. Scorpio rules, by the way, all openings in the body, like the anus, the sexual organs openings, and the visible and the invisible openings. The invisible ones are the chakras. They're openings from that corresponds with the glands, but they're spiritual openings that connect the invisible world with our physical body, through which energy comes in. So Jupiter rules the chakra system and the Kundalini energy. You know, the Kundalini energy is that spiral of energy at the bottom of our backbone, where it's laying dormant. It's the beginning, the first chakra. And when it's awakened, it starts moving up the spine of the human being, of the person, and starts spinning those chakra vortices and opening. And when the chakra vortices are spinning correctly and powerfully, our talents develop in a powerful way. Our ability to enjoy life, our ability to connect with higher wisdom, our ability to make sense of our reality, it brings meaning to our life. It awakens our sleeping gifts. It awakens our psychic abilities. It awakens our ability to regenerate and heal our whole body, and to heal, regenerate our feelings body. So I'm telling you, a huge awakening is coming for many Scorpios. First of all, Jupiter is way more potent when it transits Scorpio than when it transited the previous two signs, Libra, for example, and Virgo, because they're not friendly signs for Jupiter. But Scorpio is extremely friendly sign for Jupiter, and it benefits a lot from Jupiter's transits, because Jupiter expands the healing, transformational power of Scorpio, and also makes you much more open to big transformations. If there was something stopping you from fearing for the change, to move forward, to move on the next side, it will be miraculously removed. You don't even have to make psychological effort. Something will happen, some revelation, some natural trigger of your chakras that spin and that create the rejuvenation of your physical body, in particular, if it's your sun, moon, or ascendant as well, the ascendant in particular, healing in a deep level, and spiritual awakenings, spiritual experiences of the deeper hidden realities, because Jupiter is knowledge and wisdom and awareness that comes into the dark side of Scorpio. Scorpio is the sign that rules secrets and that rules the veils between the visible and invisible world. Because what is the biggest secret? That this 1% of material world is the manifestation of the 99% of invisible world, which is hidden from us. That's the energy of Scorpio, something hidden, but Jupiter brings its light and reveals to us, and particularly to Scorpios, reveals you those mysteries of life, so they can have deep healing, transformational, therapeutical experiences, going on the next level, starting a new beginning in your life. And even if you're not having some occult experiences of, divinity or the mysteries of the world, you can develop a lot more interest into Scorpionic things, which is self-knowledge. And because it's the first house, it's self-knowledge. It's about psychology, exploring the depths of yourself through psychology, transforming yourself through astrology. Scorpio rules astrology. That's why, interestingly enough, when you check, every time I check which sign watched most of my videos, Scorpio almost like double. They watch my videos almost double than other signs, because Scorpio is connected to astrology. So people with strong Scorpio in their horoscope are naturally attracted to astrology, because astrology reveals secrets of the invisible worlds and big motivation and the depth of why something is happening. And Scorpio needs to know why. They need to know to the bottom of something, the deep reason. So Jupiter expands your higher knowledge. Jupiter expands your wisdom, makes you more generous, more forgiving, more embracing, helps you get in touch with big mysteries and secrets that help you release pain or move to the next level of your life. As we said, Jupiter is moving into your first house. That means a new cycle starts. You're moving to the next level, and it happens in a magical, in a healing, in a deeply transformative, almost like it might feel like a crisis that happens. But you'll be very tolerant towards a crisis now, because Jupiter expands that ability to embrace and even to want such kind of crisis. That's a healing crisis that takes you to the next level, a new beginning in your life. And by the way, let's see what signs Jupiter rules for you. Well, Jupiter rules Sagittarius, which is your second sign. So it can bring you new beginnings, which lead to more over the next 1 year, which new beginnings if it's your sun in your career, it's your moon emotionally in your personal life as well, or even materially, and the ascendant generally in your life, that can increase your self-worth more, that can have a healing influence on your self-worth, the second house, and that can lead to more monetary opportunities and monetary possibility to expand, and brings like more resources and money onto you as well. You know, new beginnings that you start, that you initiate, that bring more resources or money, or if they happen to you again, they will lead to more resources of money. And the other sign that Jupiter rules is Pisces, which is your fifth house. So there can be deep transformational healings and new beginnings that come to you also through fifth house affairs, through conception of children, through some positive things happening in the life of your children, through a love that comes, through big love that can transform you. Fifth house is love. Through a new creative impulse that comes to you, that increases your resources as well, because Jupiter is ruled both the fifth and the second, they're connected. Some new creative impulse that you have to put into action. First house is to put something into action. So Jupiter is entering your first house of acting, of moving, which is maybe some passion, some creative passion of yours that can create also more financial abundance for you over the next 12 years that you have to act on and manifest. Fifth house rules to create a private business, just like creating a child. It also creates private business. So if you're Scorpio, you can create a private business that brings more resources to you that you start initiating from this year, for example, or new love affair that brings you more self-worth, the meaning of the second house, and that brings a new beginning in your life. Or a child, you definitely become more fertile by your imagination or your reproductive powers while Jupiter is in your sign in the first house, guys. So yeah, that can lead to children and such activities. Not activity, but matters. And another thing to mention is, don't forget that while Jupiter is in the first house of the body, it can expand the physical body, especially if it's your ascendant or your moon. I've seen it with the sun as well, because wherever Jupiter goes, it expands. Especially the ascendant is specifically rules the physical body. The moon rules the physical body of women. Well, so if your moon is there, you can put a bit on weight, but that can make you feel more curvaceous, you know, look more fertile as well. And especially in the midsection, you tend to put, especially because you tend to contain more water. Expands the water element, Jupiter, you know, and it's this frozen ice that it melts in Scorpio because it's fixed water. What is fixed water? It's ice. So because Jupiter melts that ice and kind of it becomes more voluminous, it's no longer ice. And what it means is that you can put on a bit, and it reflects the big expansion that's happening in your consciousness. So it's not something bad. It might be just you retaining more liquids and attracting more liquids in your physical body. That is why it's happening. But at the same time, Scorpio is a physical active sign. So you can expand also your desire to be more physically active, because Scorpio is ruled by Mars. Mars is a sign of activity, of action. So it will give you, Jupiter expands this desire for action, physical even action, because it's coming to bring a new beginning in your life, and that new beginning will be initiated by your actions, Mars. So starting something new, you know, at least use it to some physical activity to transform your physical body, you know, because we need to do transformations. Jupiter is in Scorpio. Scorpio is about big transformations, and actually it can bring you big transformations, even through some big kind of crisis events like death or divorce or rebirth or operation, but that's for good. It brings something good. It increases your self-worth and self-confidence. Fifth house rules self-confidence, second house rules self-worth. Fifth house is self-expression, creative self-expression, and sense of joy. Second house is self-worth and money. So whatever things come, they expand those areas. And by the way, Jupiter is making only lovely aspects from the first house to Neptune in your fifth house. So again, confirming this possibility of an amazing creative inspiration that comes, which inspires you, or love that comes, that is healing love, or a child that comes that is healing for you. Because Neptune is a very healing planet as well. It's divine unconditional love that can come to you, that you need in order to heal and to start this new beginning. And this divine unconditional love comes through either a passion for new creative activity, maybe even some sport. Fifth house can rule sports that are fun for us, or a child, or a love affair, and Jupiter makes a sextile to your third house with Pluto there. So it might be also kind of this new beginning that you're starting allows you to learn new skills, to get in touch with new people, new contact, to empower you mentally. Contacts that you create are powerful and can strengthen yourself of who you are as well, and the opportunities that come to you, possibilities for short travels. Anyway, I hope that was extensive enough for you, Scorpio, but actually there is a lot more we're going to discuss on the 31st on the 30th of September. If you can't be present, you can watch the recording of Jupiter in Scorpio. It's in-depth webinar. Check out, get your seat. There is a link below to see specifically what degrees you'll be affected at, what specific areas, because now you see it's quite general what I told you. So if you want specifically to know how it's going to affect you and in what area, please do attend that webinar. And you don't need to know any astrologer. I will explain it from scratch. Thank you so much. And if you want to know the astrology for the next 3 years, the big events, do join us on the 21st of October to watch the live astrology marathon, astrology forecast for 2018 to 2021 with 5 or 6 different astrologers. Thank you.